Hello there. Yo, Sidu. Good evening. How you doing? How's it going? One moment. Alright, that should be everything set up. I'm doing pretty good. Was a bit of a long day at work today, but that does tend to happen. Other than that, I had a really chill weekend. So, yeah, I've been doing good. Oop. There we go. Even press the right button. But yeah, I'm just chilling. Just vibing, as the kids tend to say. Or so I've been told. I don't know. I'm not a kid. Sadly, I have to admit at some point. Yo, Lucy. How are you doing? What's the meaning of it? No, it's not named. I honestly don't know where the name came from. It's a programming language. Rust programming language. No, not a video game Wikipedia. How are you doing, Lucy? How's it going? Rust, iron, Rust, disambiguation. Rust song, Rust band. The music's not there. Programming language, there we go. General purpose, yada yada yada. I honestly don't know where it came from. Eating food, what you eating? You got something good? But yeah, it has nothing to do with the video game. See you. It's just a programming language. It's I'd say relatively new, but that doesn't really mean a lot because I think like the first release was 2012. Stable release. It's a current stable release. First appeared 13 years ago. That's young in video game languages. Mac and cheese. Hey, mac and cheese is good. No hate on mac and cheese. Do love me good mac and cheese. Alright. Never had mac and cheese? I mean, it's just... Honestly, it's just a really cheesy pasta. I think that's about it. Hang on, let me go cargo run. I think that should be... Let me check if I ruined something by not doing anything. Because I would like to ask... Oh no, hang on. Hang on. I did a little oopsie. And now I do need to fix my little oopsie. There we go. Sounds cheesy. It's really cheesy. It's pretty good though. If you enjoy cheese, that is. Oh. rm config /out. Wait, what's in here? Oh, Barra token. That's the one I'm looking for. Guess you gotta try sometimes. Yeah, I do recommend it. Relatively easy to make as well. Where's my cargo run? Thingy run. There we go. So now it will be giving me proper waiting. Should be doing other stuff right now. Need to quit it again, run it again. My lord. Need to look up a recipe sometime. Yeah. Could you guys help me out and type follow H in chat? Just exclamation mark follow H. I want to see if something works. If our program works. And I can't test it myself because you can't follow yourself apparently. Which is low-key annoying. Alright, yeah, that does seem to be working. Lovely. Even a time. Yeah, I do need to convert the time in like, hey, you've been following for so long. But right now it's just like you just get the time back from Twitch if you ask like, hey, how long has this person been following me? So I need to calculate the number of days, or have some kind of normal way to show that. Okay, but multiple things. Oh, hang on. There we go. The time is Zulu. What? Nani the fuck, Lucy? What are you talking about? The time is Zulu. Is this some you speak I'm too ancient to understand? I did notice a little bug for me in there because it should automatically re-authenticate if, like, I get a token from Twitch that's available for a certain number of time, for a certain amount of time. But if that's not valid anymore, it doesn't actually ask for a new one. Have you been to the Nijmeegse feast yet? Is that for the Vierdaagse? Because I haven't been there. I wanted to walk it like a few years back, but it just takes so long to get in there. Yeah? Yeah, I heard it's a good party. Time for set usually means Zulu time, I got 0 time. Oh! Today I learned? Today I'm gonna learn. Timestamp ending with Z. Zulu is tracked at the end of time indicates that time is in UTC, so really literal that's part of the time. Ah, there we go. Well, I learned today. It's interesting. Also, military flag parades. Oh, that sounds cool to watch. Oh, shit. I mean, like I said, my dad's been there a few times, and he really recommended it to me. Apparently, they know it's for a party. In the south of Netherlands, imagine that. Party town. Nima de gekste. Alright, that's all my knowledge about Nijmegen. You found me in Hoi voor Lottermot. Let's fucking go. Hoi voor Lotter Uglijk. Sometimes on Uglijk, the Urukhai. Oh wait, this is R// Lotter. Oh, I need to Hoi for one word? Ah. But yeah, it's it would make sense that Ooglik would be in there. No, Ooglik spawns with stat advertised in the tooltip. Updated portraits. Let's go. I got a better portrait. Nice. Yeah, actually, the image I use right now is based on the Lord of the Rings magic card. Hang on. Rifle, Ooglik. There we go. Look at the handsome man. Almost identical, I'd say. Hot stuff, I know, right? Keep it in your pants. Not allowed on Twitch. Pixel perfect, almost, right, Dev? How you doing, man? I want to add some logging. How the heck am I gonna add logging? Because I would like to do two things. I want to have like some logging if I run my program in development mode, for instance. But I also want to write some log files. And from what the little bit I read on that, there's gonna be a difference in what kind of package I should use for that. Maybe build on release needed, maintain compatibility, yada yada yada. And executables. In order to produce log output, executables have to use logger implementation compatible with the facade. Alright, what is a logger implementation? Let me just add Rust to that. Logging in Rust. It's way more readable. Grandma mode. Here we go. So many different libraries at our disposal. Outputting logs and Rust. Difficult to know when print line indexing. Yeah. Having a way to structure logs is incredibly important, especially in production grade application. Well, that might be a bit overkill for what I'm making, but we'll see. Maybe I surprise myself. This article will help gain insight what the best log crate for your use case is when it comes to Rust logging. How does logging work? In short, loggers in Rust depend on a library to act as a logging facade, a crate which provides a logging API that the logger can work with. For example, if you have a crate like log that provides a logging implementation for use that you can use with a logger, then we need to add a crate that actually carries out the logging, for example, simple log. At some point you say a word so much it just loses all meaning. I feel like at the end of this article, log and logger will be those for me. A simple logger being one of the many crates used logs, some logging facades may only be able to use by their own special logger. Okay, or otherwise implement on custom type. Without further ado, let's start a Rust logging trait comparison. Log is a crate that calls itself lightweight logging facade. The crate definitely defines a logging facade as a library that provides a single logging API that abstracts over the actual logging implementation. Essentially, this means we'll need to run another library that provides the actual logging and then use this crate to provide logging messages. Log is also maintained by the Rust core team, and it's probably the first crate you see in the Rust cookbook, so there's that. That's actually that's a big plus for it. Being maintained by the official stuff at least makes you sure it's gonna work for a long time. Here's a simple example. So we just log trace commencing yak shaving. Find a razor. We get some info. And we can get warnings. Did you know the log is happy that the logger logs? Hang on. Did you know that the log is happy that the logger logs behavior in the log for log behavior in the logging of logs? I think I came through that like acceptably. I think that was acceptable. At least the second try was. The first one, not so much. But I wasn't expecting a tongue twister the first time, so there's that. 10 out of 10, nice, we take those. It should be noted that log is also comparable with a lot, like fat lot, of logger crates. The GitHub repo alone lists over 20 is a non-exhaustive list. If you're looking for first-star logger, this is definitely for you. Alright, I'm already on board, but this even helps more. However, it's not as powerful as some other crates, so there's that to bear in mind. Yeah, I'm not at a level in Rust where being as powerful as possible is gonna do anything for me. It will just confuse me, probably. For most common use cases, it's the easiest to use crates. You simply set a message level and then send your message. Nflogger, that's easy to use and is quite convenient for any small project where you want to implement logging, but don't want something heavy duty or more likely require a considerable amount of workload. Okay, this is also an official thing. So that's pretty good. Is this gonna, because it's called Nflogger, I'm just gonna kind of assume it's gonna you can set up different environments, like a debug environment or development environment, and after a while, like a real production environment, something like that. It can be set up in one line statement, and you simply run the program from a cargo with a Rust log environment variable in front of the command. Alright. Interesting. This command will run your program and only print out error messages from logs. Also hardcode some minimum log level in your application. Let imp is new filters out any messages that aren't at info level or above. Yeah, with a filter or mylog info. Don't really know what mylog is doing here. Always use styles when printing. Okay, having an overly verbose crate that loves spitting out logs, you can also set a log level for a specific dependency. Nflogger, builder. Alright, log also has a thing for that, apparently. builder file module path to module level finder into unwrap. Okay. For its convenience, however, envlog does suffer from a couple of things that you might be looking for in a production grade application. Namely, there's little documented functionality on writing your own pipe for logs, which can make it quite tricky to implement. It's also unclear whether this is thread safe. I mean, it not being thread safe is going to be big for me, because I want most of this to be working on different threads and async and stuff like that. Needless to say, it's an incredibly useful crate for any quick and dirty logging. Okay, well, I was on board. I'm a little bit less on board now. Log4j, log crate, mold after Java is log4j. Alright, we're gonna skip that one. Not touching Java. Wait, hold on. They're talking about you can automatically archive your logs with log. Oh no. Now you're getting me. This feature must otherwise be manually implemented by yourself when it comes to if not. They should add a comma over here. If not, comma, all other logger crates. So having this feature built into the logger by itself is a huge convenience. We can get started with setting it up by adding the following to our YAML configuration. Not touching Java, no. I mean, I can write a little bit of Java from when I was trying to make Minecraft mods, which didn't last very long because I was 16 at the time. What if Java wanted to touch you? No, that's then we follow complete towards Java. I think that's the proper procedure at that point. This guy's a bit more setup than the other, and configuration can be done with either YAML or programmability. Log4rs is compatible with logs, so it's great for us. It means you don't have to. Oh, that's right. Actually, this just seems like log with a bit more setup, but also automatically writing away log files. Because ideally, I would like to run this program, and then even in production, just have a bunch of logs of what's happening. Let's actually look at this. Refresh rate, appenders. This will append to the console SSD out. You want to make a game someday? Oh, there's plenty of stuff you can do that in. I mean, you can do this in JavaScript if you're ambitious enough. Also, not gonna lie, it would be cool to work on a game someday. I don't think I really have the time right now, but it would be nice. It would be cool to work on something like that. Explain below. Alright, so you can have some patterns. The appender that prints to STD out will only print if the log level of the message is 1 or above. So if the level is 1, it will append to STD out. The minimum log level, log message below the minimum won't be recorded. You want to join the Couplet project once start for a cup? Maybe. We can talk about it. Let's see. We can see. The encoder can also use JSON encoding or pattern encoding. Here we've decided to use pattern encoding, which follows similarly to the origin 4j log4j pattern, but with Rust. Oh wait, it's just log for Java. So this is log4rs. Alright, that did take me a while to think of. You can check more about how to format your encoder pattern here. Then you can just initialize it when you're setting your program up, like so. Yeah, we just create a file. And you can also make, you can also write it out, I guess. You can also automatically archive your logs. Yeah, this is where I was like, wait, you gotta go do stuff now. Have a nice stream. Hey, thanks for stopping by, Lucy. Good luck doing the stuff. Let's see. You can automatically grab logs, which is great. Feature must otherwise be manually implemented by yourself when it comes to most, if not all, other logger crates. So having this feature built into the logger itself is huge convenience. We can get started with setting it up by adding the following YAML configuration under appenders. rolling appender, kind, rolling file, path, log slash foo.log, append, encoder, policy, kind, compound, trigger, kind, size, limit 10 MB. Upon reaching the minus log file, the file will simply... Okay, so you can either... Yeah, okay, so you can either append to it until it's 10 MB and then delete it. I assume you can also say like, hey, I want to store like 4 log files. I have policy that fills with main log files, then appends to an archive log file once the main log file reaches 10 megabytes. Words log file, then delete the current active log file. Oh, no, it does archive it. Okay, that's good. As you can see, log4rs is an extremely versatile crate that works with the previously mentioned log crate to provide powerful functionality with regards to logging in Rust, and is especially great if you're coming from language like Java, where you already understand the metal model and what you want. Okay, wonderful. Tracing. Okay, tracing is a crate that calls itself a framework for instrumenting Rust programs to collect structured event-based diagnostic information. Requires its logger counterpart. Tracing subscriber to be used on a custom type that implements the tracing subscriber function. Developed by Tokyo team, is fully built from the ground from async. Let me actually have a look. Log4rs async. Wait, why are people asking if it's still active? When's your last update? Hello? Log4rs source. Ah, damn it. I was hoping it would link to GitHub, but sadly it don't. Okay. Log4rs. Is this the official one though? Oh, this one's active at least. Look for a highly configurable mode after. Yo, Gracie, how you doing? How it going? How's the job treating ya? Why is Dev showing its butt off in my chat? Crazy? I'm sure it's a fabulous bit. Crates.io. Does this link to the same crate? Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay, but there were two things. They were talking about two things. You got a logging framework. Maintained by Tokyo team. Most likely we'll see an LTS. Split crates means you don't have to install. Yeah, okay. You're good. Job is good. How am I? I'm doing pretty good. Had a bit of a long day at work. Lots of meeting. Didn't do a lot of actual work, so that's those are my least favorite days. But they do need to happen, sadly. And I managed it. And now I'm home doing, you know, work stuff, programming stuff. But then actually on stuff I want to do, so that's fun. Happy to hear the job is doing good for you, though. I believe I did see some pictures coming along of the dog as you were treating, right? Those looked like they were having a good time. Okay. Log4rs. Let's see what we have here. Actually, I want to have a little look at this Reddit thread. 2 years ago, the logging are the ones choice for logging Rust. Quite easy to use and integrate. Tracing, bit biased because I use okay. Standards are tracing and log for simple flexible logging. Get posted belts, you had to get a bath and you get them for free. Oh, that's Bell. Yeah, sorry, I was confused. You bathe 10 to 15 dogs a day. Damn, that sounds like a good time. That sounds like a very good sign. Okay, let's see. Hmm. It can be dependent on the dogs. Yeah, that's understandable. Not every dog is. Not every duck. Well, not every duck's the same either, but not every dog's the same either. Right, hold on. I'm gonna go cargo add. We're just gonna go with the most basic bitch log. Alright, to produce log output accessible, have to use a logger implementation compatible with the facade. Many implementations to choose from. Alright, let's skip that song. Am I just going for log4rs still? Basic units are appenders, encoders, filters, and loggers. Appender takes a log record and logs it somewhere, for example to a file, console, or the syslog. Implementations. Console requires a console appender feature. File requires a file appender feature. Encoders. An encoder is responsible for taking a log record, transforming it into the appropriate output format and writing it out. An appender will normally use an encoder internally. There's a pattern and a JSON thing. Filters are associated with appenders and like the filter log events coming in from that appender. Okay. Log event is targeted at a specific logger which is identified by string names. Logging macros built into the log crate set the logger of a log event by the one identified by module constraining them on invocation. Logger names are divided into components. Jeez. Ugh. Okay, hang on. Let's go back to that article I had just a bit ago. I think it was... Or art how? I think it's in this tab. It is not in that tab. Oh, that's Outlook. Okay, setting up a log for RS. Configure logging, the Rust cookbook. Oh shit. Go back. It's the default Rust log environment, variable controls, and logger output. Actually, I just added. Okay, I added log. Let's see, log messages. Actually, read the cookbook. The log crate provides logging utility. The env logger crate configures logging via an environment variable. Log debug macro works like other default strings. Okay. No output pins will be running the scope by default. The log level is error and any lower levels are dropped. That's a Rust log environment. Okay. Hang on, we need to install. Oop, npm, not npm, what the heck? Cargo add env underscore logger. I think? Yeah, it is. Alright, install that. Okay, so that's being installed. So then if we go to the main over here, I think the first thing should be do env underscore logger init. And over here, log debug exclamation mark test. So theoretically, at first, we can just go cargo run, I think. Oh shit, it's ad time. It's always ad time. Boop. Beep. Okay. And then, hold on. Oh shit, that's not what I am. Okay. Well, we just make a new terminal. Then we should go rust underscore log is debug cargo run. Right. We just immediately stop it. Ah, we don't need to stop it. Debug client, request connection, starting new connection. Connection made, hyper util, legacy pool, pooling idle connection. Okay. Okay. So that seems pretty good. Error, no match type, keep alive. Okay. No Rust startup with environment variables. No. Okay, nice. That's over. Well, we did manage to run it in debug mode. And we did manage... Oh, sorry, I was reading at the same time. Well, we got our little debug test message and a bunch of outputs from different folders, from different stuff. Oh my god, my words! But a bunch of crates are already sending some debug messages. Okay. So let's see. We can log error message to console. That's kind of what we're doing already. That's fine. Creates a custom logger configuration using builder target to set the output log to target std out. Yes, log message with a custom logger implements a custom logger console logger, which prints to std out. In order to use the login macros, console logger implements the log trait and set logger log set logger installs it. Alright, so you can you just kind of initiate it here, or you tell it how you want it to work, and then you just say, hey, also add this logger, please. Okay, but log to Unix system, log match to Unix syslog, initialize logger backend with, okay. Let's have a look over here. Enable log levels per module. Okay, that's not too important right now. std output log message. This is what I was looking for. Log4rs configures log output to a custom location. Log/output.log. Encoder, log output.log, config, builder. Alright, so this is a little bit more complex. Honestly, I'm kind of here for it. I do like this environment logger. Oh, wait, let me put it back. Appender log file, build level, filter info. Yeah, Like it's nice being able to lock like this. It's actually pretty damn convenient. But I think in the end it's gonna be more useful to actually have a big file, especially once we actually start using this. So I want to save it to file anyway, so I might as well make it that way. So what we're gonna do is cargo. I hope it's removed. I have no idea. env_logger. Removing env_logger from dependencies. And we are going to use cargo add. I think it's add log4rs. Yeah, there we go. All right. Then where do we want this? Let's see. Definitely a source. I think a utils. Okay. Oh no, wait. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Let's remove and use an unresolved variable. Yeah, we got rid of it. Because I tried to create something using Ctrl-C, but I think it's Alt-C. Create. There we go. Logger config.rs. We open that. Also need to open. It's not Twitch, it's utils. Pub mod logger config. There we go. So we created it. Actually, while we're here, telescope file browser. Oh no, just it's telescope. Telescope close buffer. Control D? It might be Control D. Control D? Control D? Control D? No, it's not. There's my keymap for it. Control D. I thought there was a keymap for it though. Let's have a look at the Neovim files. Search Neovim. I think it's probably just in the delete underscore. Oh, there's some things over there. Wait, what's it? At lead, surrounding, brackets, yada yada yada. Okay. Okay, so that's all that's in here. Maybe it's a remap. Search Neovim files. Remap. And otherwise we will have to create it then. It shouldn't be in this one. Hang on. Search Neovim. Then we need to look in the telescope config files. That's okay. Vim create auto CMD. This for the previewers. Dang it. It's not in this. What kind of expected in here? Let's have a look. We have the default sets. All the remaps that we're already looking at. What's going on over here? Customs.remaps. In plugins we have init.lua. Yeah, that's just adding this. And over here there's now a telescope. Okay. Let's have a look at what this friendly redditor over here is doing. Okay. Requires telescope setup, default. I think. Search Neovim for telescope. This is the only telescope, so we go to init. If we look for telescope over here. Alright. Here's the telescope init. Config, telescope specifier, yada yada yada. UI select, UI select. This is all the searches. Grab open files. Okay. Mappings. Telescope. Require telescope. So, okay. I think this should be in the telescope, the config. Or in our remaps. I think this would be more logical. So over here, require. Oh, sorry. Require. Let me actually close this one. I am not good at Lua. Alright, so we want telescope. Setup. Then we go like. Oh, sorry, it's defaults. I can type defaults. Is that? Then we want to add some mappings to that. And in there, yeah, this is normal mode. I think we're in normal mode here at least. Oh, we also could be in insert mode because we're typing technically. I'm just gonna add them for both. CD require telescope.actions.delete underscore buffer. Delete buffer. Use the same way, then select your buffer with tab C. Ah, but that's not what I want. Hold on. Go back. What's the double space? Let's see. If we go for space, find existing buffers. Nvim remove from existing buffers. How do you manage? Use the buffer picker in telescope. The annoying bee. Okay. Use harpoon and don't worry about how many buffers you have open. Yada yada yada. How? What the heck happened there? Okay, so this is not as easy as solution as I was hoping it would be. What we might be able to do is just quit stuff. No, that quits the whole window. God dang it. Why can it never be easy? Alright, I'm just gonna restart the whole thing. One of these days I'll properly learn to use Rust. Alright. Let's see. We were doing buffer setup. That's what we were doing. It's not over there. It's going to be in source, utils, logger config. Public function setup config. We don't need anything else in there. Configure logging, because we're mainly just gonna look at this and probably be editing it. Alright, let's just be full lazy and just grab everything. Remove what we have. Save it so all the things get done. Yeah, we're not returning anything. This is just gonna be set up. We don't need to do anything. Question mark operator. Yeah, don't care. We're not using question marks. Okay, this might be trade bound, yada yada yada, following doodle. Okay, well, since we're not using that, we might be using it. Okay, there we go, there we go. I think it still has a few complaints. Enum takes two generic arguments, but one generic argument. Use std result. Oh, that does require two arguments. Why do you require two arguments? Oof. You want log and log for rs, okay. Supply to enum takes two generic arguments. Result futures utils private. By using the variance enum core result. Wait, what the heck is use core result? Or failure error? Yeah, we're not actually doing the error thing. How did we do errors again? It like didn't box errors. Box dynamic. Box din error rust. Boxing errors. To write simple code while preserving the original errors is to box them. Drawback is that the underlying error type is only known at runtime and not statistically determined. Type result T, std, result T, box dynamic error. Oh, hold on. I should be looking at this. Okay, so you're not a believer. Oh, fix, not fix, box. Fix, box. Din R. I don't think that's the proper R. Oh yeah, and I also forgot this one. Expected trade found variant. That's fair enough. Just error. Yeah. Yeah, let's just get rid of that. And go use std error. And over here, instead of R, we're gonna use error. That code, yeah, work on it. Yeah, you need setup log config. Also, you're gonna be public. And then in our... Oh, let's open main, actually. Oh, fuck. That's not what we want. Get over here. Main.rs. We're gonna go... Oh. Almost forgot. We're gonna make... Oh no, it's utils. It's in utils. We should be able to go... utils... logger config... set up log config. Must use unused result that must be used. Maybe an error which should be handled. Okay, that's fine. We'll just we'll get to that. I'ma just leave it as a warning so we know we have to fix that later on. That code, you are not dead anymore. You're very much alive. So, right now, okay. So what's happening theoretically right now is we create a new log file that we just basically dump all the logs in log/output.log. And then somewhere we're saying like, hey, here, build level filter info. Okay, so if we run it right now, it shouldn't be giving us any logs. Just waiting. Yeah, it's giving us like all the warnings we still have, which is expected. Then there's no logs at all. Let's see. We have a log directory now. And if we call output.log, it just says info hello world. Yeah, because we're not logging anything. Hold on. Okay. So it's doing this one. Okay, so I'm gonna make a new function that's gonna be big log, big underscore log. And that's basically gonna be this. Let's go. Yeah, let's just move all of that in here. We're gonna be grabbing all this. Oh shit. Oh god, I learned this. I used this today. Vim delete until dt2. That's the one. So we should be going dt that. Yes. And then we paste it over here. There it is. Wonderful. And over here we should be able to go big log. Okay, unused, misused, unused STD result, that must be handled. Yeah, okay, so this might... Wait, where's my... Oh, I'm still in the Firefox. Like, if this crashes, I just want it to panic, honestly. Okay, that's... Gonna worry about it and... No, I want to worry about it now. Error handling roost. Because I forgot how to do this. I have been taught this. Yeah, we get a result. Honestly, when we get an error, I just want to panic. I want a full panic everywhere. Oh, here. Oh, it's just a of course it's just a match. Okay. That makes sense. So we go match big log. On okay. Honestly, it's whatever. I think we just do error. Then we go panic. Couldn't make a big log. And then it's probably gonna complain like, hey, there's you're missing one arm. That's fine. On over here, if okay. We just don't want to do anything. What do you actually give me back? We don't care. We're honestly just adding this because it wants to be made. But here we go, error. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So we're trying to make it. If we can't make it, we just panic because that's big issue. A big issue indeed. Okay, so let's have a look at the build, at the appender. Appender, builder, build, log file, box, new log file. That's for this. We're putting it in build slash master log. Actually, that's a better name. Let's have a little replacement. We were looking for a big log. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Replace big underscore log with master underscore log. There we go. Then over here, we're gonna replace this with master as well. Okay. Log 4RS. Where art thou? There art thou. That's pretty good. Architecture, yes. Filters, loggers. Programmatically constructing. Logger, builder, build, app, backend. Yeah, okay, so you can do this for like specific modules. Handle is that. Use handle to change logger configuration at runtime. We're not really looking to do that right now. But it might be nice to have a little reminder that this might be a handle. There we go. That's good. Okay, so log for our S level filter. Filter create logs. Configuration is a little bit more in depth about configure. There we go. Log files can be configured programmatically by using the builders in the config. The more common configuration is via a separate config file. The init file function takes the path to the config file as well as the serialized object. Okay. The only accepted filter is a level. The filter must be a level filter. Only one filter may be allowed. Okay, but theoretically, if we go, like right now it's level filter info, but if we make level filter debug, and then we run it again, there we go. Oh no, that's just my output. Go one higher, go run. Yo, Titan, how are you doing? Master log.log. Okay, so that's giving us logs now. Yeah, I'm doing good as well. Had a bit of a long day at work, but other than that, day's going fine, I'd say. Just trying to write some files so I can know what's going on in my application. Wait, this was log. Is it just log? Oh no, it's log info. F your stream encoding. Love you, bye. Love you too, Titan. Thank you for stopping by. Bye bye. Have a nice evening. Alright, let's see. If I go info test, then over here we run it again. Oh, we run the program again. Could not compile. Oh, I forgot my semicolon at the end. Then we go back to this. We compile it. And we stop it. And then we read the master log. Yeah, it also logs the input. Okay, nice. Alright, ads are coming up. I need to go to the toilet, so I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright, I have returned. Okay, so logging overall seems to work. Just thinking, there's a few things like where's the format? Oh, the format is encoded with the log file. Okay. If you could do a game, what would it be? I honestly don't know. I don't know, Dev. I think at first I wouldn't be messing with graphics too much, because that's just not my strong suit. I'm not a really visual person, to call it like that. So I don't think it would be something like that. But I honestly don't know. Okay, hold on. Patterns. Refer to this documentation for details. Oh boy. Okay. What do we have? Yeah, this seems to be pretty good. Because I definitely want to have the date that something's in there. And I think this is pretty good timestamp for that. I don't really care about milliseconds and stuff like that. Maybe? Like I've been low-key toying with an idea of like kind of a management game where you have to manage a thieving crew. Inspired by a certain scene in a Brandon Sanderson book. I was like, oh, that make a cool thing to manage, like managing your crew, kind of leveling up, kind of be an RPG. But I mostly want to do it in the style of Crusader Kings. I think something like that. That's your issue 2. Start messing out with C# using a 2D engine, but the actual game itself, you have no idea. Yeah, I mean, at first I'd probably just make the most basic platformer ever or something like that. Just make a Mario clone, you know? Clone the first level of Mario and see if you can get that done. Just to get a feel for it. But I gotta be honest, game development, like it always sounds cool, but it's not something I really gotta get into for like a job perspective or anything like that. It'd be cool to do as a side project, as a little hobby. I think that would be about it. Default, yeah, okay, so we have the date. What are we looking right now? We have L over here, which is log level. Oh, actually, I probably would want to have the log level first. I think that'd be a nice way. So we go L. Then we do the date. After that, a message. You made a loading screen that goes to a menu with the menu option of changing the screen size and then a yellow square moving around on a blue background. I mean, that's like the most basic game. That's a good start, I'd say. Just to get a feel for how everything should work. Yeah, I think that's a good start. Alright, M is message option, right? Okay. So we can also look the module PID. We lack creative, but if somebody shall do XIC, I'd go off and do that. Yeah, that'd be mostly like I'm just not a good person for doing stuff like managing that kind of stuff. I maybe would have some input on the creative part, but I wouldn't want to be the driving force of it. Alright, /n is just new line. That's fine. Value of MDC, the first applies the key. Unnamed format is simply formatted applying that format specific. Okay, I think we can leave it at this for now. What we might even do, honestly, just to make it easier, is to make a little variable. Let format equals. We just yank all of this. Actually, wait, I did it wrong. Because we want to yank inside. I already got the little bracket thingies. And we add a semicolon. It's unused, I know. We're working on it. Calm down. Fear not. No format. And over here we go. Format will be a string. N. Actually, it wouldn't be a string. It would be a borrowed string. There we go. str. There we go. Remove that. Needless borrow. Express creates reference. Yeah, okay. That's. We're not there yet, Rest. Calm down. Right, over here we go. Format. And then. Actually, instead of this, we don't want level debug. We want level trace. That's the lowest possible level. Instead of master, I'm just gonna call it a trace log. I think that's the most logical one. So we're gonna be back to replacing stuff. No, we're not. Okay. We don't want this. Then we're just gonna yank this whole thing, copy it, paste it over here. Instead of master log, this is gonna be info log. We're gonna call it info log. And over here, we're basically just gonna copy these 4 lines. Gonna dump them down here, and it's gonna be info log. And shit, still needs borrow. This expression creates a reference that's immediately dereferenced by the compiler. Why though? Like we're using it twice, so change this to format, but then you're gonna complain that format's already. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little bit confusing, but that's fine by me. Alright, so theoretically we should get a info log, and we should get a trace log now. So let's run it and see what happens. Cargo run. Oh, we get a panic. Attempt to set a logger file after the logging system was already initialized. After logging was already initialized. Log for rs init config. Log for rs init config. What? Wait, can we not create 2 log files? Log for rs, log multiple files. Just copy this. Could not make log. Attempt to set logger after logging setter was initialized. Yada. Enable to tell from a small code sample. Would attach the debuggers at a breakpoint. Change logging settings using Fern. Attempted to set logger after logging system was ready. Log for rs. Logging multiple loggers. I mean, this should just be possible, right? Advanced logging. Go away. I don't care. Set loggers to div. Let's say. Where's the images? Why is there no images? Or code, I don't know what's supposed to be in there, but it's not showing up. That's utterly bullshit. Let's go back to Google. Root logger. Root for RS config. Which can be passed to the... By using the builds in the config to construct a log4s config object, which can be passed to the init config. Do I just need to like add them all to... Log4rs setting up multiple log files. Okay, developing a project, which kind of time and serving is log4rs regarding You can create your own logger that forwards to two loggers. To logger. Do I just need to make like another? Okay, over here, can I go like config dot? Oh, hold on. So if I'm understanding this correctly, let's just try it like this. Let's get, nope. Let's get these. Dump them over here. Gonna remove one of these. And instead of all of this, I'm gonna go config.appender. No method name. Oh shit. Log4rs config. No. Appenders dot join. Okay, hold on. We can do this. Can we do this now? I don't know. I'm not sure. Appenders std out, kinds console, filters is dead. Appenders log file. Here's she set about code without YAML. Threshold, build console. Okay, I'm gonna keep this one. Hold on, which one was this? Gonna keep this one in separate tab. I'm gonna remove quite a bit out of here. Pushing logs with logging library. Is this support of the... This is... Oh god, somebody copied the medium thing, but at least the code in here is showing, so let's have a look. Define not a logger with a different path. Okay, you know what? Maybe we should be going for the appenders, for the YAML solution. We're just gonna undo a lot here. Yeah. We're gonna undo it into here. Okay, so we have appenders std out, kinds console, filters is there, yeah. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Hold on. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. We're gonna go cd config and touch loggers.yaml. And then over here, we're gonna be opening config loggers. Okay, and then we're gonna look up how we make this. Configuration via YAML. Scan this file for changes every 30 seconds. We can make appenders. Set the root, the default login to warn, and attach the std out appender to the root. Raise the maximum log level for events in this application. Appenders is a request. Okay. Let's just try this. So we start out with a refresh rate 30 seconds. We don't really care about the refresh rate because we're not gonna be changing this mid-application, I'm assuming. So you go std out. That's gonna be console one. Console. That's right, so a file within a custom pattern encoder request. Okay. Then we make a new appender. We're gonna make the trace appender. That's gonna be a file indeed. The path is gonna be log/trace.log. And then we make an encoder with a pattern that we're just gonna yoink from over here. Our artho. Grab this, we put it over here. Okay. And then, if I'm understanding this correctly, I should be able to make like info log. That's also gonna be kind of file. Path will be log/info.log. And the encoder actually will just get these two lines. I'm gonna dump them down here. Okay, so we have console one for std out. Set the default login level to warn and attach the console appender to the root. Okay, that makes sense. Like if we get any warnings, we would want to know that. So we're gonna go root level is warn, and the appenders will be std out. Raise the maximum log level for events, send to that. Our log event sent to the app request. Okay, so over here we should also be like loggers. Or could we? Not sure. Okay. Loggers is raise the maximum log level for events set to the app backend DB logger to info. Alright, so all warning or higher are gonna be sent to std out. Sent to the event backend DB logger to info. Alright, log event sent to the app request logger to the request appender. And not the normal appenders installed at root. Alright, I'm gonna ask stupid questions to a stupid bot, Mr. GPT. Go away, I don't care. I'm using log4rs and trying to write a YAML file for it. I want it to do have a default std out log for warn or higher. Have a file log for warn. No. Hold on. For trace or higher. Logs/trace.log. have a file log for debug and hire. And that's log slash debug.log. Let's see what we do. Using YAML, yada 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 yada. So what does this say we should do? So 2 appenders, one for trace file. Kind of file, yeah, that makes sense. We already did it. At root we have level trace, appenders, std out. Filters for each. Oh, you can just say, hey, we want everything for that, but we also have some filters. Level debug appenders for that. Additive false. I'm gonna have to look up what additive does. Root says maximum level any logger can receive. Okay, check. Each custom logger filter logs at its own level and sends them to its receiver. Adaptive false prevents duplicate logging from propagating at the logger tree. No, I don't want the false thingy. Alright, but this does make sense. So over here we're just like the default's gonna be trace. Then we have the std out, the trace, and the info. Tap, tap. We have those. Then we have the loggers, and we have to add some filters over here. So we have the std out underscore filter. That should be level 1. Appenders. And the appenders is just gonna be std out. Actually, let's make this a little bit bigger. Oh. There we go. Much more readable. Then we have another one that's gonna be level info, I guess. Well, I'd like to have them at like the same order, so that should be trace. That's gonna be appenders. It's gonna be trace, I think. Yeah, there we go. Appenders is trace. Wait, oh, I didn't give it a name. There we go. That's my error. That's my mistake. So this should be the trace underscore filter. One tap. Then we have the level. That's going to be trace. And the appenders we're using for the level. We're going to use the trace appender. And then we make one more. That's for info. Filter. Level is gonna be info. And the appenders is gonna be info. Okay. Then let's make this a little bit... Oh shit. I want to make it smaller. I just made it a whole lot bigger. Okay, so instead of doing all of this... Wait, did I add the pattern to all of them? No, there's no std out appender. Yeah, but I don't really want to save it in that way over there, I guess. So instead of all of this, we're gonna go log for rs init file. It's gonna be config config slash logs.yaml. Just config slash loggers. Loggers.yaml. Default. Oh wait, that should be over there. Then we should be matching this. Just to make sure there's not an error. And we can just use basically these errors. Paste it. Delete all of this. Save it. There's gonna be a bunch of unreadable code at the bottom, but we don't care about that. Over here, we're gonna go back to the console. We're just gonna run it to see if it works. I believe. I think we're gonna do fine. Ah, dang it. What's going on? Could not make master log, no such file or directory. Nani the fuck? Source utils logger. Hang on. Okay, let's just remove all of the code down there. Panic. Let me check. Could not init logs. The file's right? It's config/loggers.yaml. Right, let's try it again. Bum, 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 bum. Could not init logs, no such file or directory. Okay. Maybe I didn't run from root? String kind console. Expected a map. Oops. Let's see. Appenders. Root level trace. Appenders. Root level 1. Hey, nice. Ads are over. Well, apparently, GPT was hallucinating indeed. If I... Oh shit, I probably should clean these out before I run it again. So we're just removing everything in logs slash sterretje. Slash asterisks, I should say. Run it. Alright, we should have some logs right now. So we're gonna go to here. Gonna go home. Oh, that's not S. That's too home. That's too home. That's more home than I wanted to. Let's see. Over here, we should be able to log. We have a trace log, an info log, and they don't log shit. Let's see. So at root we go warning. Appenders is this, this, and this. Was it speaking the truth? Because what I had initially, hang on, was doing this as trace. Run it again. Yeah, no, now it just shows me trace ones. Okay. How do we add filters then? Log4RS filters. Create a custom type filter using Log4RS. I just want the most basic bitch filter as possible on this bitch. Log4RS dynamic filters don't care. Filters are associated with appenders. And like name says, filter log events coming into that appender. Okay. We have loggers. Raise the maximum log level for events set to that as info. Route log events sent to the app request logger to the request appender and not normal appenders installed as a root. Oh, I think that's what's happening. Yes, hold on. Additive. False. We're just gonna copy this. Actually, we don't need it for SSD out. We don't care what SSD out does. SSD out can do its own damn thing. We just care for the files. Okay, so we're back over here. In this page, we're gonna remove all our logs, run it again. And that's still trace logs. Yeah, because we don't filter them. I think. Is that what's going on? Let's have a look. So we can navigate here. One file up, logs. The info.log, they are trace logs. Why are you being such a bitch? Hold on. Root, Warner, logger, raise the maximum. Oh. Are we doing the, Yeah, oh, of course. Of course. Because this is not for, it's for like specific thingamajings. Thingies. Hang on, let's look back at our Jeopardy conversation. I don't think we can because we're not logged in. Screw you. God damn it. Okay. I am using Log4RS and I want to filter out all trace logs to a file and all info logs to another file. How could I accomplish this using the YAML files? Archive gun, YAML config, yeah. What do you say? What should I be doing? Filters, kind, threshold. So I can also on the appender add like. Now it's telling me to add filters to the. That does sound logical. This doesn't feel logical now that I've read a little bit more. But we can try. Let's see. If we just go to the info. Over here we say filters. We say kind is a trash. How the heck? Why is there VHERESHOLD? And the level will be info. So, by my limited understanding, this should actually fix our log files. Or at least the info log. So let's have a little look at log/info.log. Alright, that's empty. That's wonderful. So then over here we're gonna go to this. I'm gonna say log info log Log4RS filters. Sorry, not filters. I didn't want filters. Log levels. Maximum log level. You had a list of log levels, didn't you? Well, not over here. Config. Yeah, these. Hold on. I'm just gonna copy these. We're gonna go back to the loggers config. Oh my lord, yes, okay. There we go, that's much more readable. Just get all of you out of here. All of y'all. There we go. I'm just gonna go like this. Oh shit, I copied something else. Paste, copy, paste, save. Remove a few, remove that. There we go. Alright, now we're going trace, debug, info, warn, error. Okay. So we go back to the YAML file. Because over here at the root level, I don't think we need that. We should be adding a filters. Oh no, not over here. Actually, we can remove all of that down there. That was useless. Gonna add a little break over here for readability. And over here, we're gonna add another filter. Filters. And the filter in case is gonna be kind. Trash. Trash. Hold. And the level is gonna be a warn. We want to get all our warnings over there, but nothing else. So we're gonna go rm log/star. Then we go cargo run. It's still building. Alright, we do get a few warnings, which is good. That's what we wanted. And then we're gonna go over here. Gonna check out our files. In the log category, we have 2 empty files. Dang! Dang, deal. Do we need those down there? No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't need those down there. We are creating a warning, right? I did. Oh, an info one. We have an info log, and if we go log trace trace log. Oh, let's double check the logger config. Oh wait, it's in the YAML file. Of course it is. The console has a filter on it. Oh, I think it's because I removed these. Trace. Oh, not a comma. We can just enter over here. Why did I type enter? Because I said enter. Info. I'm just because I want it this way, I'm gonna order them like this. We run it again. The big bunch of warnings. Then we close it. We go cut info. And we got our info log. And if we go cut log/trace.log. Yeah, we got our full trace. Okay. Well, I think we're just gonna. Oh yeah. One more thing. Look for rs at file name. Add date to file name. Create log name with current date using appenders. Is this possible? No, this is currently not possible. There's, however, issue tracking the development of the feature. And this was answered a year ago. Joop. Let's go to the bottom. You have a workaround. The font will be the same as ground date count. Find path. Yeah, you have a workaround for that. Look for RS. The font will be the same as ground date. Okay. Let's see what's going on over here. Block by PR to resolve chrono deprecations. Yes. Looks like merge is blocked on configs. Okay, so that's it. It should be possible now. Question is how? Because they didn't say that. Because of course, support daytime. Yeah, that's. Bunch of questions about that. I mean, we can just assume that person that said it in here. I think it's their pull request, right? I think we might just like try this one out and see what happens, because I would like to. I don't really care about the exact time, but I would like to know the date, just so I can separate between streams in the future. So if we do it like this, let's see what this does. Cargo run. I mean, it's not crashing, so that's a good sign. Log. It doesn't do it. Does not do it. Workaround is mentioned over here. Path is log/dead. However, it looks like working changed your remote functionality from library. Okay. Thank you for your reply. Could you tell me which parts you need do? The previous handles environment variables path of the path, and as I'm missing it, so I don't see it in you. Please update documentation. Most are generated by Rustdoc, but you have some manual markdown. Update new yeah. Setting up proper login is literally the very first thing I do when yeah, okay, sorry, assume you do. And to date, similar to how the environment paths work, will allow you to find regardless. Add a pattern with $time. Reason I guess is a support for different variables. Okay, so hold on. Theoretically, we should be able. Is there a wiki? There's not a wiki. Is there code? There's a bunch of code. For more information on the PR that added that, yes, we don't care. Building for dev, not what we're looking for. Is it in here, maybe? Config, filters and coders. Oh? Luke? No. Pile. The init file, text the path. Serialize it. Ooh. Examples. Log to file with routine compile time, custom config. Log to file, multi-logger config, sample config. Init file, loop, thread, sleep, do that. Yeah, okay. And let's see, a file appender, there we go. Path fields requires and accept the environment variables in the form of $and name here. The path can be relative to absolute. Encoder fields optional. The wrong file conversion is by far the most complex. Like file appender, the path to log files is required with the append and encoder optional fields. Yeah, we're not really looking for any kind of FilePanda rolling stuff. We don't want it to roll over. Okay, let's go. Continue reading this one. See what happened. There's a merge commit. I'll just crash it and fix it in post. Thanks for your help with this. I've got release candidate. I've passed the change law. Why are you mentioned in here? 3 weeks ago. Next RC2 is out. Try to get it ready today or tomorrow. Alright, so it should be in 1.0. Search. Sorry. Not there. Search files. Search files. There we go. And then we want to look at the cargo.toml. What version of log4rs are we on? Damn it. It's not there yet. Why aren't you there yet? Oh no. It's still an RC, isn't it? Let's see. Rest. Log4rs. Log4rs 1.3.0. Curse you! Alright, so. How do I do comments in YAML comments? Hashtags. So it should be. Oh god, hang on. Let me check this. What actually was it? You can actually look at the commit. File change. There's the file change. Show me them file change. Configuration. Sample config. Alright. Can I get my sample config, please? Yeah, there it is. Let's just paste this back here. I'm gonna delete a bunch. Delete till T. Close that one. Do this one. And then we're just gonna yank this until we meet the T. Oh shit, I pasted that slightly wrong. That's fine. There we go. We do it like this. These will look shit until we update the thing. That's fine. That's fine. Wait, do you have... Alright, so we're gonna remove everything from log again. We're gonna be running cargo. Okay, so we have these. We have a trace, we have an info, and I suspect we also might want to have a debug. Come back. Debug is just above the... Okay, so I'm just also gonna make a debug one. Yank 9 lines. Paste 9 lines. Debug. It's gonna be a file. We're gonna be calling you... debug. Your log thing will be the same. Threshold will be debug. And I think that's gonna be it for logging, at least initial logging setup. What we just need to do is go through all of our code and replace all the debug ones. So we're just gonna dbg exclamation mark. Here we go. So we're gonna go log, debug, Twitch subscription received. Subscription received. Do I wanna actually show anything here? Actually, I might just wanna go add another trace. And then we just add the envelope. So we can see that we received something in the debug, and in the trace we can actually print it out. This message envelope doesn't... Hang on, what's that? Let's see. Doesn't implement the display. But if I'm correct, you do implement debug. Hey, let's go. Okay. So we're gonna grab some more for DBG. Over here. Wait, what? Oh, this is in the main alt. Actually, I think at this point... No. Yeah, we are at the point where you can just... hold on. Hold on, there we go. Where we can just remove source/main_alt. Actually, I'm just gonna get in it. Reinitialized. Oh shit. Git status. Git. I just want to have a Git repository. Git. Oh, good. Git commit -m adding loggers. Boop. Alright, then at least we have it saved somewhere, because I hadn't had anything saved in any kind of version control. So that's kind of scary. Alright, so search grep. We're gonna look for more DBGs. There's no DBGs in my whole thing. That's beautiful. And we have to print once. Print line. Exclamation mark. Wait, what's going on with this? So we get a Twitch message. We try to decode it using Twitch message. Oh yeah, this one right now only can get subscription message envelope and this. So over here, I'm still gonna be keeping these because we just need to fix this. I need to fix this. So we're definitely gonna keep the arrow there, but also I want to have a little look to go. Sorry, look, debug. Actually, instead of... Yeah, okay, so we have a debug one. Received unknown message type. We're just gonna print either. And then we're basically gonna paste it twice. Once we're gonna... I don't think we don't need to trace this. But what we do want to do is warn. Also, if we're already warning, we don't need to do it in any other way. Okay. There's one... No, there's not one more. We just need to do another grep for print ln exclamation point. There's something over here. Okay, so we go log, debug, follow age asked. I don't think we need anything more there. Oh, actually, I want to have one more, which will be follow age asked That should be a... What do you call it again? Trace? And that's gonna be giving us the whole... what are you called? The whole payload. Yeah, and then we need a place to put that payload. That will be over here. It's probably gonna go plain. It doesn't have display, so... But you do still have debug, so that's fine. Okay, then over here, instead of print line, we need a log warn. And this is gonna be received unknown subscription type. And we're just gonna go what do you call it again? That payload's dead. Chat channel message. Can't I get a value? Oh wait, I can just go like this and we can go envelope dot subscription dot message type. And let's see what it says about this. It says it's time for ads. This is gonna be print line. No, we don't want to print. We do not want to print. Okay, so alright, so over here we're getting a response from Twitch that it's saying, hey, you're connected correctly. Or not. At this point it also tells us we might not be connected correctly. But we're not really dealing with that still, so that's something that's gonna go. That we gotta do. Alright, so we want an info log to tell us, hey, the connection has been made. I want a debug to just no, not a debug actually. I want a trace. Trace, and we say Twitch connection response is that, and we don't need to print this over here. I'm gonna go to the end, the dollar. There we go. Add a semicolon. Okay, print ln. We got 5 of them left. That's good. Get authentication. Over here is gonna be log warn. Authentication needed. That seems like a fair thing. Is there any more print ln? Over here, so this, Log. Info warns above info, right? Yeah, okay. So this is gonna be a warning. Got binary request. Actually, we're gonna, because there's a few of these, like the binary. If we get a binary request, I'm gonna be a little bit worried. Can I get an enter? Nope, have to make it myself. And I'm gonna go log trace. And we say got a binary request with whatever's in there. Instead of underscore bin, we're gonna make it just bin. And it seems to be happy enough to do that. Lovely. Save it. Oh, yeah, at the end, at the end, we add the semicolon. Why are you not formatting? There we go. Log warn. Got a ping request. Log warn. Warn. Got a pong request. And in this one, log, I think there's an error, honestly. Got a close from the WebSocket. Hold on. WebSocket. There we go. Okay. Reformat this. Why are you indented one more than you? What's my... Wait. Hold on. Hold on a second. What are you referring to? You're referring to this one? Nani? Nani the fuck? Let's put that over there. Alright, apparently this is perfectly reasonable. Not sure if I agree, but if I indent these one more... No, okay. I know why it's being this bitchy. There we go. And then... Message and logs. We do this, this, and... Oh, not that, but this. Alright, search grep for print is not there. No. DBG is not in there. I think that's everything I used. So then we should be able to go cargo run. Still giving us a few warnings, but that's fine. Okay, I don't need that much detail in my time, so that's fine. Okay, apparently I also don't need to know that it is an unknown. Oh, it's not in there. Okay. Search grep unknown message type. Because that's just it's just included in the warning. Let's try. Hold on. Yeah, let's also fix the... Where's our loggers.yaml? Over here. Let's see, because this was going for the console. Oh, we don't have an encoder for the console. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so we paste that over there. That should help us out. You don't need the filter. You get the info. You get the debug ones. Okay, lovely. Then we run it again. It's giving us warning with nice time. Got ping request. Beautiful. We like that. A message. Okay, so right now we should just have some things in our logs. So, I'm just gonna go over here. I'm gonna close this one. Then we have full screen terminal. So we go to the log folder. So if we go debug. Debug's empty. Not sure if I like that. What does the info say? Oh, I think we forgot. Okay, hang on. That's just 1 second. So the info gets like infolog fries because we didn't remove that. Got a ping request. Twitch connection has been made. Received unknown message type. Another infolog. Got a ping request. Twitch connection made again. Yeah, it's 2 different instances. Okay. Twitch connection made. Received unknown message. Okay, that's lovely. And then we also have the trace log. That's gonna... Oh my lord. Yeah, this is a whole load of logging, but this might be nice once we if we really want to dive into it. There's only one thing, logger config. Oh wait, it's the YAML file, right? I don't have that many YAML files. I have exactly one. Because we didn't append it over here, so debug. And we didn't append it, so it didn't do stuff. Yeah, I want to go to the bin. We can make cargo do a little run image. Oh. Oh no. Nani the fuck? Hang on, let me read the warning. Could not init log, no search file or directory. Okay. Let's see what it's complaining about. It's probably a YAML file. We have debug over here. Should be to this one. Kind file path is yada 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 slash debug file threshold. I mean, it doesn't seem that weird to me. Hang on, how do I split screen again? Just common. GPS split windows vertically. This is vertical. No, that's not vertical. Control W. Control W. Split window. There we go. Alright, then in this one we're gonna open this. We're gonna be running it again. No such file directory. Logger. Wait, did I edit something here? Config slash logger. Is that YAML? I'm running it from log. I'm not running it. Yeah, okay. I see. That's what we're doing right now. Is we're running it from the log directory. So it's looking for log slash config slash loggers. I suspect if I do this, nothing going on. It's all beautiful. It's all working. So over here we open the YAML file again. We still have debug over there. Okay. So hold on. Yes, I'm gonna go rm log slash everything that's in there. Yeah. And then we make it run again. Right, so we're doing that. Message again. We go. Follow H to make it crash. There we go. Made it crash because I don't actually handle any errors. That's fine. Because we can go to log. And we say cut. Oh, let's look at the debug first because that one's working. Okay, so we get debugs, we get warnings. Connecting to that. Oh, I should probably be adding the module as well. That might be module. Shit. Encoders log for RS. And just want a little encoder thingy pattern. Because it's really nice to go like to know the module that something came from. Oh, hold on. Over here. Yeah. Is uppercase M, I'm guessing? I can't see it so far. Yes, uppercase. Oh. Only I could type uppercase M. There we go. Alright, so we place those over here. Okay, I'm just gonna paste this everywhere. Pew, boop. And then we remove the other ones. There's a big chance I'm just gonna replace this. Actually, just a very stupid log4rs to encoders get inherited from root. Root logger is the ancestor of all loggers. There's no ancestor. Additivity can be configured. Retrieve loggers. Log4rs. It logs inherited like benchmarks from log levels from the ancestors. The root logger is the ancestor of all. Okay, so theoretically, I'm just gonna test out with the trace one. We do it like this. Hold on. Go one up. Make cargo. Do a little sprint. Cancel it. And then we want to lock the trace one. Okay, so they don't get inherited. That's a little bit sad. But you can't have everything apparently. Wait, I did have it on the root logger. No, I didn't have it on the root logger. It was just SD out. Oh no. Oh no, unsmart me. Unsmart. Root is that. And we add... Oh. We add the encoder to it. There we go. And then... Well, we can just see it immediately if we remove that one. Oh, no. Cargo run imaging. What do we get in here? Main panic, root unknown field, encoder, expected level, or appenders. Okay, that's a little bit sad. Oh, well. I guess we do have to maintain all the stupid things. Alright, at least it's now giving me warn with a date. It's telling me WebSockets, Twitch, WebSocket. WebSockets is just the basic thing. Right. I do wanna replace one thing. Hang on, let me in the whole file. We wanna replace. Because right now we're doing level. Oh, come on. Level. Oh, sorry. Level. Like this. And it's got a little dash after it. But instead of the dash, I would like it to be just levels with a space. Thank you. You're a good logger. Not because I made you. That's actually despite me making you. Let's remove all the log files. Run it one more time. Wanna have a yeet and a crash in there. There we go. Made it crash. Not that hard. Not that hard if you just write bad code. Oh yeah. So we're gonna be closing that window. Here we're gonna... No, we're gonna cut. In log we wanna have the... Let's start out with a debugger. Yeah, that's some helpful debugging messages. Pooling idle connection from... Right, so Hyper is giving us some extra information, it seems. Alright, but it's really nice to see where it's actually coming from. So, I also... Let's go to the log and just ls them. Oh, cut. We want to cut the info. Yeah, info is just really easy, honestly. And then, the interesting one. Trace. Cut. Actually, I'm just, yeah, okay. I'm gonna make one more thing in a second. One little addition. Yeah, over here it just, it's just showing a bunch of stuff. I mean, thank God we just saved the timestamps with this, because without that this would be impossible to find anything back. But considering we do actually do that, that's fine. But I do want to update. Wait, where's my TOML? Oh, no, files for the TOML thingamajig. Not that TOML, the YAML. Yump. Because I want actually our STD out. I also want info warnings in there. I think that might be useful for now. Maybe we eventually add some kind of debug. Like if we're running it in debug, some kind of env variable, the one I was looking for. You actually never need to check this. Every hour seems fine. Wait, 6 months, that's 10 minutes. 10 minutes is fair enough. Okay. And just doing a little bit Twitch. We should probably be adding like some extra logs over here. Twitch connection mate. Subscribe. Oh yeah, sorry. There's no connection mate. That's actually not over here. Hold on. Okay, that's something for another time. Twitch message received. Channel chat message. Oh no, hang on, this is not... This just gonna be subscribed to channel.chat.message. Over here we have sent. Alright, we do need to add like a bunch of logs to our application. But I'm not gonna do that today. For now, I'm gonna call it quits there. We've been going at this for almost 2.5 hours. And if somebody asks me anything about logs, I will not be able to answer them because I will be mad at them. Alright, yeah. Let's see, I will be back Thursday evening, as per usual, honestly. Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for chatting, lurking, whatever the heck you did. I do appreciate it as always. I'm gonna give you over to Lucy, who's playing some Enlisted. Hang on, can I not rate the Lady Lucy? Can I not rate Lucy? What's going on? Alright, I'm gonna complain at Lucy. And in the meanwhile, is there anyone else I can rate y'all to? It doesn't seem. I don't know no one online. So I hope you all have a wonderful week. And I hope to see you all